Hi, this is Ginger. I'm here with another scrapbookpal.com video. Today we're going to make a super cute little interactive card using some Lawn Fawn interactive dies. This is the double slider surprise. So what I did is I've got lots of cute little fun little Lawn Fawn images, and I have a heat embossed sentiment that says hope your day is filled with surprises. And then you pull out the two slides and there's all the cute little ocean friends. So, and then I do have it decorated on the inside as well. I just kind of like to decorate the insides of my cards just to finish it off a little bit more. So that's the card we're going to make today. And we are going to use a lot of stamps and dies from Lawn Fawn. So here's what we've got. We're going to use the before and after birthday, and we're going to use the sentiment from it, which is down at the bottom. And it says, hope your day is filled with surprises. So that's the sentiment we're going to use. And for the narwhal and the cute little seahorse and little school of fish, that comes from the Mermaid for You. And then all the little fishes and the coral and the little greenery and the little lobster all come from the Fintastic Friends. And then the cute little sailboat, the bunny, and the little bear that's on the front, and the little birds all come from the Smooth Sailing Stamp and Die set. And the cute little whale comes from the Get Well Before and After, right here. And then we have the double slider surprise die, which comes with everything you need to make the cute little double slider surprise, and then it also has a cute little banner die as well. I also used the simple banner dies right here. I also used a sun from, I can't remember the stamp set, but I'll put it in the description box as well. And then the simple wavy borders, I used that. And then on the front here, these cute little clouds, I used the little cloud dies from the Center Picture Window card right there. And then for cutting my stitched rectangles, I used the stitch rectangle dies. I used the largest, the A2 size right here, and then the smaller one that I used for the inside. So those are all the stamps and dies that I used. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're obviously going to need the products there, your Copic markers, which is what I colored all the images with. I also used some papers from the Watercolor Wishes 6x6 papers, and I also used this red rainbow here from the Really Rainbow Scallops, and then some just Nina Solar White cardstock to stamp my images, and I also cut the rest out. And then I also have some Nina Desert Storm that I die cut some of the other elements, and it's on a craft colored card base. And then I also did a little extra blending, ink blending here on the front of the card over the little ocean bites, just to give it some texture and some different dimension. I used Salty Ocean, and I also used Broken China. So I used Salty Ocean on the ocean waves, and I used Broken China around the little edges of the clouds just to make them stand out. And to stamp all the images, I used jet black ink from Lawn Fawn. And for heat embossing, I used my Versamark with the Lawn Fawn white embossing powder, and then little white jelly roll pen as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build the slider card. And what I did is just to save some time, I went ahead and die cut the Really Rainbow Scallops and added it to the front of my card base, and I went ahead and decorated the inside. And this little border strip here is a scrap of the same color that I used for the ocean, and then the red here. This is 5/8 of an inch and then 1/2 inch. So that's already prepped and ready to go. And then we're going to build this double slider surprise. So when you die cut it out, you need to die cut 2 of the panels here. And then I went ahead and cut out the notches on the side of that's going to be on the front. So you need 2 of these. You need 2 of the white panels, and then you need your slider mechanism. And then you're also going to need a plastic bag, some type of a plastic bag. I have this blue one here. You can use whatever plastic bag you have. This is just a shopping bag, grocery shopping bag. This is actually from my local scrapbook store. She has pretty blue bags, but it doesn't matter. And you want to trim your bag down to about 2 1/4 inches. And the first thing you want to do is you're going to take your two pieces here, and there are score lines that the die provides for you, and you'll see the score lines right here. So I'm going to go ahead and fold on my score lines and get my bone folder and just burnish those score lines really well. And then the other one as well. So it's, I know it's hard to see on the white, but so what we want to do is we want to put these two pieces together to make one long piece. So what you're going to do is you're going to add your adhesive to this side, and I just like to butt it up against it and then just fold it over and stick it down. So we're going to do that first, and to do that I'm going to use, this is 1/4 inch wide, but I'm going to use the 1/8 inch tape here and just put a couple of pieces on there. So again, we're going to line it up like this. We're going to fold it over, stick it down. So then this is going to close like this to create the front portion of our card. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take this mechanism here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add adhesive to these long little track pieces right here. So I'm going to add it to one side, and this is where this 1/4 inch tape comes, or this 1/8 inch tape comes in really handy. So we're going to add a strip here and here. And then flip it over and do the other side. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set this piece aside, and we're going to take our little plastic bag here, and we're going to go ahead and wrap it around like so. We're going to center it, and we're going to add a piece of 1/8 inch tape right onto the top of that little end of that bag, and then we're going to trim the excess off. He said, now the key to the double slider surprise is you don't want to get it too tight, and you don't want it too loose. So you don't want to pull it, but you do want to get it just so it's right on the pull the backing off of this, and I just like to take the other piece and just let it fold over. Like so. And then just take your scissors and trim off the excess. Okay. So now I like to kind of like just work it back and forth just to make sure it's going to slide really good. And it does. Perfect. So now what we want to do is we want to take that seam and we're going to go ahead and push it all the way down close to the edge right here, like so. We've still got this centered. And we're going to go ahead and take our tape and we're going to put it right on top of that seam, like so. Right there, and then we've got it on this side close to the edge, and we're going to flip it over and put another piece on the other side. This is where we're going to attach our two panels. Okay. So now we're going to set that aside because we're going to decorate our panels. Because what you want to do is you want to decorate all of your cuteness here on the inside of your panel here before you attach your panels to your mechanism. So we're going to go ahead and do all that right now. So what I did was I die cut my 2 white panels, and now I wanted the ocean down here, so I die cut 2 more out of the watercolor, which is this little teal oceany color looking paper, and I'm going to put it down here and kind of figure out where I want it, but I want to add it also to the front of this piece as well, like I did here. So I'm going to cut this one first, and I cut another one of these, and I did it about roughly so it came right to the top here where my little pullouts were, which is about 1 inch, and I just eyeball it. You can mark it with a ruler if you want, but I just eyeballed it. So I'm going to take the simple wavy banners, which are right here. And you get 3 different sizes. I used the small one. So we're going to take these, and the stitching is going to go right. This is the cut line, and this is the stitch line. So the cut line is going to go this way. So I'm going to just roughly eyeball it. So it's about 1 inch. I'm going to put this down here like this. And just measure it kind of like that. And I'm going to hold it down with some low-tack tape and run it through the die cut machine. So now we have our cute little wavy border that we can put right there. So then I want to kind of make sure these are even. And I wanted, on my original one, I did 2 little rows of ocean. So I had one so it was kind of lined up here, and then the other one was a little bit behind it. So we're going to take our other blue panels, and again, depending on where we're going to have it, again, I'm just going to eyeball it. So it's going to go about right there. Looks good. And I'm going to take our other one and I'll line it up as well. Okay, so we have our 2 little ocean scenes for our 2 panels. And now I want to put another one on the back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this. This is where I cut it off. I'm just going to flip it around and use the other side as well. And it doesn't matter how tall it is because it's going to be tucked underneath there. Okay, so I have the 2 that are going to go behind. So we're going to put this here. Like like so, and this is going to go on top. Pull that down a little bit. And now I want it a little bit like a, you know, a little rock or a little island or something, some ground over there. So I cut another one of these panels out with some of the craft. And we're going to go ahead and do the little large wave and just actually trim it using this here. So I've cut it like this with the larger one, and I'm just going to go ahead and take my, I'm going to lay it in here like this. Because I just want a little bit showing, so I'm probably going to whack it like that. So I'm going to get my die for the center panel because I want that stitching on the side. I'm going to line it like this. And run that through. Okay, so I got my pieces here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and put my little pieces on my... So I'm going to put this on with a little bit of glue here. I'm going to use the Lawn Fawn glue tube. And then I'm going to put my bottom one on first, just along the edges. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to put this one on next. But I don't want to add my glue all the way to the top so I can tuck some of those little cute fishes in there. Same with this one. I'm going to add it to the sides and along the bottom. There we go. Now we're going to do this other side just like that. So I'm going to line these up so that way they're sort of semi the same. And again, I'm going to add glue to this. And figure out how much of the, make sure it's kind of even with this. Perfect. And the last one. Okay. Now we're going to add this one to the front. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and ink, which is what I should have done to those. You can ink the edges if you want, which is what I did on my original, using the oxides and a blender brush. Just lightly went over those. But for this one, we're not going to do that. So now we're going to add our little ocean here to the front. But see these cute little waves here? I did use a cute little stamp from, again, the stamp set, the Sail Away stamp set. And I've got those on my block. And I'm going to use the Salty Ocean ink just to stamp those just randomly on the front of this little panel here. And I'm going to put a piece of scratch paper underneath so I don't mess up. Okay, super cute. Now on this panel, I want to go ahead and stamp these cute little birds here. So again, I just flipped my block over and put them on the other side. So I'm going to use the Lawn Fawn ink. And I'm going to stamp one more little bird. Kind of right there. Cute. Okay. All right, now we can add our little ocean bottom here. But we can decorate this after after we get our mechanism done. So we've got these, so let's go ahead and decorate our cute little critters here. But I went ahead and stamped and die cut all of my little images because otherwise I'm a really slow colorer. We'd be here forever. And so yeah, I die cut my little sun, which we'll put on the front panel. So I'm going to set the front panel pieces over here. And then I die cut the little clouds out of white. And I am going to go around the edges just so they'll stand out against the white cardstock. So I'm going to take the blender brush and just go really quickly around the outside edges of all these little clouds. And I think I did 3 on each panel, a small, a medium, and a large. And we're going to use broken china for that. I don't want a lot. I just want a little bit just to lighten them up. Not lighten them up, but darken them up so they'll contrast against the white. Okay, there we go. Some of those little suckers are hard to hold. Okay, so there's our little clouds. Now we will decorate our cute little scene here. So I'm going to do the clouds first. I'm going to put, again, using the Lawn Fawn glue tube, I'm just going to layer these on here. Because it's going to slide in and out, I don't want any dimension on the inside of my slider cards. So they're all going to just be glued flat. Okay, now we're going to add some little greenery. And we're going to add our cute little whale. And our 2 little fishes. And our cute little, not really sure what kind of this fish is, but he's kind of cute. At least that's how I colored him anyway. Okay, so there's our little panels, and they're going to go in there like that. Now we're going to put this one on. Now technically you could go ahead and attach these now, that way you know exactly how far they're going to pull out, but I think we'll be okay. So I'm going to put my little crab on. And some more cute little greenery. And our little seahorses. They're so cute. And I think we'll put the coral down in the corner. And some little clouds. Okay, now we're going to put together our cute little slider mechanism. So I'm going to put the images for the front back on there. I do have an extra seaweed I could maybe put in there, but nah. Okay, so what we want to do is, this is going to be our front, so we're going to put our front piece here because it's going to pull out to the right. So you want it, this is the front, so you want it face up. So you're going to take the backing off your adhesive, and you're going to take this and make sure you don't go over your tape, and line it right up right there and stick it down. Then you're going to flip it over, and then this is the back, so you want to attach the back to the back of this. Peel that off. Make sure it's going correctly. Put that one there. And press it down and check it. Oopsie, I taped them off. And there you go, it works, it slides back and forth. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put it inside our mechanism. So it's going to go like this. I'm going to stick them out just a little bit. The first thing you want to do is open up your tab, and you want to pull the backing off the front side of both of these, and just make sure your slider pieces aren't touching the tape. Make sure it's right side up. So I'm going to put that right up against there. And I'm going to put this one right there and press it down. And I'm going to pull the backing off of this piece here and fold that flap over. And then I'm going to pull the piece off of here and add another strip to the top of this. And I have this off, and then you're just going to, I like to pull them out just a little bit, make sure they're even, nothing is touching anything. Fold it over like a book, and stick it down. And now it should work. Sometimes it's hard to get it started. But then, there you go. Ta-da! Super cute, right? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add the rest of our cuteness to the front. So we're going to build our scene on the front. We'll take our little narwhal, put him in there. I'm going to put him right there. Cute, my little sailboat. I'm going to put my little sailboat on some pop guts, but I want to put my little critters in there first. Got the little bear. Hanging over the side, looking at all the cute little ocean critters. And I'm going to flip this over and add some little foam dots to the back. And I'm going to put him right there. And now look at our fish. I'm going to tuck the little fish under just a little bit like that. And my other little fish is going to go here. And then we're going to add our little sun. So I'm going to just put my sun right here and then trim off the excess. Okay, so there's our little slider. And then to make it easier, I'm going to add some little pull tabs to the back. So these are the pull tabs I went ahead and die cut out. And I'm going to fold them in half, and I'm just going to attach them to the back, like so. And I just eyeballed it kind of in the center. Do the other one. Give that a second to dry, and then we're going to attach this whole piece to the top of our card, our A2 card, just like that. But let's add a couple of these clouds here. Now we're going to add foam adhesive to the back and stick it to the front of our card. And I'm going to make it a little farther to the top so I have room for my sentiment. Press it down. And we're going to add this to the bottom. Now you can pop it up if you want, but I'm just going to add it with liquid adhesive. I think I popped up the other one. All right. So that is it. That's our cute little double slider surprise. There's the one that's the first one, and here's the one we made. Super cute, right? Adorable. So there you have it, everybody. Thanks for watching, and all the products will be listed down in the description box below, and you can pick those all up at scrapbookpal.com. Have a great day. Bye.